Hi friends, welcome to my channel Smart Ed. My name is Aleesha Sikander. As you guys know, I'm a preschool Montessori teacher, and today's topic of discussion is what is leadership in a classroom. So when it comes to being a leader in the classroom, a lead teacher, you have two very different responsibilities. So there's one responsibility with children, in preschool age children, and then there's another responsibility of being a leader for your coworkers. So how you juggle between the two jobs is basically what your will be, leadership role will be. So when it comes to this kind of leadership, you are a facilitator rather than a dictator. You are helpful, you are responsible, and you're creating more responsible people. So instead of being authoritative, you are going to work with responsibility, with delegating tasks, with performing tasks in a way that doesn't tire or overwhelm anyone, creating an environment which is more inclusive and is helpful for other people. Now, uh, what kind of environment do you want to create as being the lead teacher? You want to create a positive environment, an environment that nurtures rather than standing over there like a leader, like a dictator, and telling what to do, but basically being inclined towards more teamwork, delegating tasks, and being respectful to whoever you are leading. Even if it is a child, make sure that you're being respectful. So whatever tone you set for that class is how your leadership role is going to be defined. I mean, it comes with its challenges where you have to cater to different kind of people, you have to understand different personalities and respond to that, but that is why you are a leader, right? So being a leader, in a leadership role in a preschool classroom is totally different from what you are doing, being a leader in a group, or being a leader with adults, or leading a campaign or something, because here you're not dictating, you're basically facilitating. Now, uh, we say that, okay, strong communication. What is strong communication for you guys? Strong communication is not just communicating in a certain manner that makes you a strong communicator, like you have very good language skills would make you a strong communicator in different kinds of leadership roles. But when it comes to leadership in a preschool classroom where you're the lead teacher, strong communication is not just having a good grasp on the language, but being open to receiving communication as well, right? So you need to come with more clarity in the instructions, the division of the task, how you delegate the task according to the capacity and capability of the people involved in the classroom, how actively you listen to the needs of the people, how approachable you are, and how comfortable people feel around you. So if you have that shield in front of you where the kids feel like they can't approach you, or your coworkers feel like they can't approach you, then trust me, you're not being a good leader in that environment. That environment has different kind of needs for a leadership role. So you have to be very approachable. I mean, it would work in general life where you're not approachable, and you have that line that you draw, which protects you. But when you're in an environment where you're dealing with preschool children and your coworkers where you're educating and you're also training them, you have to be approachable. You have to ensure that they feel comfortable in talking to you and expressing their needs to you. Let's say you have a coworker who gets really overwhelmed by a child, and it's unable to handle that child, but they also feel anxious to communicate it to you as a lead teacher. How are you going to guide them they don't tell you, and they constantly try to prove that they can handle that child. So over here, you're compromising the needs of your coworker, and you're also compromising the needs of the child, because that child is not responding to that adult. So how do you intervene, and how do you manage that situation for both the parties to be, how you be a good leader to cater to both the needs, both the parties' needs. Now, we also say that I will make a video separately for inclusive environments, but many people use this term inclusion. And many people say that our classrooms are inclusive, our programs are inclusive, but they're actually not doing anything that is inclusive in those environments. They basically don't understand what the real meaning of inclusion is. So inclusion is not just having people from different colors, of different backgrounds together in one environment, but it's really about different personalities being in one environment and creating environments that facilitate those inclusive needs, those different needs of those different people, of those different personalities together in an environment, is basically inclusion. So there are kids who are good at art, so there are kids who are good at science, there are kids who are good at role plays, there are kids who have different, kids don't have the same uh, uh you know uh same attitude throughout the day. So maybe some parts of the day they're anxious, some part of the day they're more demanding, some parts of the day they're active learners, they're curious, their minds are curious, some parts of the day they need physical exercise. So in that environment of a classroom, how do you make it inclusive for all those needs? So you see that there is a child who's interested in writing, but they don't want to write on a paper. So you build a writing station in a way that caters to the child who likes to use flashcards and learn from there, alphabets from there. And then there's one child who likes to move objects in order to learn alphabets. There's a child who likes to trace alphabets to learn alphabets. There's a child who associates the sounds with the pictures, and then there are children who would like to write on a board like a teacher. So how do you make that writing center inclusive to all those needs, where the kids would just come in the classroom and the environment is constructed in a way that they already know what they have to do, rather than you telling them what to do? So you have those stations, and you have an inclusive environment that caters to the needs. If a child wants to play with a Play-Doh, like let's say sensory, where is the sensory in the classroom? Where is the role play? Where is the writing station? Where is the science? Where is the culture? Where are the fossils? Where's different objects that they can manipulate, like manipulatives, loose parts? Where is that cozy corner that a child comes in the classroom is emotionally disturbed? What are you going to do with that child? You're going to ask them to play? They don't want to play. They want to sit by themselves. So do you have a place in a classroom where the child can actually relax or spend some time by themselves, talk to themselves, read a book, listen to an audiobook, play with a sensory toy, or have a stuffy or have a soft pillow to sit on? Maybe they have had a bad time in the morning. So how do you make the environment inclusive? That is your leadership role, my friends. Also, when it comes to your coworkers, please make sure that everybody's coming from different backgrounds, and when they just start working with you guys, it's your responsibility to ensure that their needs are met too. You don't want to overwhelm them with extra work. I mean, you are a lead teacher because of a reason, because you've come long way. You have gone through all the process of learning to reach here. You don't expect a newbie, a new teacher, or a person who's just come in that environment and that environment is new to them, to know everything already. They don't know the kids, they don't know the personalities, they're learning from you. And as a leader in a classroom, in a leadership role, you have to ensure that you're passing on that knowledge down to them in a way that doesn't overwhelm them, but But as a leader, you extract the best out of them, best qualities. You judge them for what they're good at. So maybe they're good with songs, maybe they're good with leading circles, maybe they're good with interacting with the kids. What is their quality? So it's your responsibility to flourish that, and it's your responsibility to trickle down that knowledge that you have gained over the period of years into those teachers, for them to do the same work as you are doing in the future, to create difference in the world. So my friends, thank you so much for watching today. See you next time.